Let's dive right in. Today we're tackling a fascinating question.
Yeah.
How has Tottenham Hotspur been consistently outplaying Manchester City, one of the Premier League giants?
Right.
We've got some amazing insights, all thanks to an article featuring Tottenham's own winger,
Okay.
Dejan Kulusevski.
Interesting.
He's giving us a behind-the-scenes look at their tactics.
Their mindset.
Their mindset, the whole thing.
Yeah.
So consider this like your all-access pass to understanding their winning formula.
Yeah. It's always fascinating to see how a team can repeatedly topple, of a powerhouse like Manchester City.
Right.
And I think what's interesting about Tottenham's approach, and as Kulusevski kind of lays out in this article, is that it's not just a one-off, right? It's not just luck or a fluke. It's a very calculated approach.
Yeah, and one thing that really jumps out from what Kulusevski is saying is their aggressive pressing style. They're not just sitting back.
Right.
They're going right at City's midfield, forcing those errors.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I think that's such a key point because so many teams, when they face Manchester City, they just try to contain them.
Right.
But Tottenham flips the script.
They do.
They go on the offensive and they force errors from a defense that is typically so solid.
Yeah, think about how City usually just dominates possession.
Yeah.
Tottenham is disrupting that from the very start.
Yeah, absolutely. And Kulusevski even talks about, how they exploit City's high defensive line, creating those dangerous chances that have led to some spectacular goals.
Okay, so they're pressing high, but doesn't that leave them vulnerable? I mean, isn't that risky?
It's a calculated risk, for sure. And Kulusevski kind of acknowledges that. It's a tightrope walk. But he explains that their success comes from a few different factors.
Right.
And one of the biggest ones he talks about is confidence. They believe in themselves. They believe they can win even against a giant like Man City.
Okay.
They believe in their system, their manager, their teammates.
I love that. I love that. This idea of confidence as a weapon, right? Because
absolutely.
it's as much a mental game as it is a physical one on the pitch.
Kulusevski really emphasizes that self-belief.
Yeah.
And I think you can see it reflected in his own playing style. He talks about those really clever runs he makes, cutting inside from the wing, finding those pockets of space to create scoring opportunities.
Yeah, he just seems to embody that confidence.
He does. He does.
Now, I also remember Kulusevski talking about how Tottenham isn't stuck with one game plan.
Right.
They're flexible, they adapt.
Exactly.
How does that help them against a team like City?
I think that's a huge part of why they're so dangerous. They don't let City settle.
Right.
They're unpredictable. 1 minute they're defending resolutely. The next, they're counterattacking with incredible speed.
Yeah.
With Harry Kane and Son Heung-min leading the charge.
It's a tough combination to deal with.
It is. And I think that adaptability has caught City off guard.
Multiple times.
Yeah. And we can't forget, football is a team sport.
Oh,
and Kulusevski really stresses that collective spirit, that understanding among the players.
Absolutely. It's the strength of that cohesive unit,
right?
Especially when you're going up against a top-tier team like City.
Yeah.
And Kulusevski specifically calls out the attacking partnerships, the way he links up with Kane and Son, as crucial to breaking down those tough defenses.
Yeah. I mean, it's like they have this unspoken communication on the pitch.
They do. It's knowing where your teammate will be, anticipating their movements, and working together seamlessly.
It's like a well-oiled machine, really.
It is.
But it seems like these victories against City mean more to Tottenham than just 3 points.
Right.
What does Kulusevski say about the significance of those wins?
You're absolutely right. He describes them as a statement.
Okay.
As proof that they belong among the Premier League elite.
And it reinforces their belief that they can compete with the very best.
It's a huge mental boost.
It is. It is. It fuels their confidence for future matches.
Yeah.
It becomes this self-perpetuating cycle.
So to sum up, Tottenham's success against City comes down to a few key things.
Yeah.
Relentless pressing, unwavering confidence, tactical flexibility.
Absolutely.
And, of course, incredible teamwork.
And that mental edge they've got.
Right. They really believe they can win.
Yeah. And it makes you think, doesn't it?
It does.
We often focus on the physical side of things in sports, the tactics, the training.
Yeah.
But what if this mental game, this unwavering belief, is a bigger factor than we realize?
Right.
Not just in sports, but in other areas of life.
Interesting.
What could we achieve if we brought that same level of confidence and determination to our own goals?
That's something to think about.
It is. It is.
It really is. Well, that's our deep dive for today.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Until next time.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.